Alright, so Slayer dual axes, one-handed axe. It's kind of unsafe. No dual axes, and neither dual axes or one-handed axe provide much control. But yeah, dual hammers is probably safer, but I like dual axes because the damage is much better. Build is pretty standard. I prefer cleave over kill because it's more consistent. Double one-handed is the given, smiter is a given, not really in a search is probably preferred because dual axes don't leave enough for you to have uptime on your ult. Otherwise, if you went like dual hammers, you could probably consider going for either like impatience or high tally. Grimnir's focused is probably best because you'll be fighting hordes quite a lot. So having DR against them is nice. I like crunch for the control, especially with such a setup with so little control. I haven't looked at breakpoints. I just run Chaos Infantry standard on Slayer because of Death Wish breakpoints. Death Wish stagger breakpoints, that is. Yeah, you could drop the crit on the X if you want. The block cost reduction on the X if you want. But no, wait, could you? Yeah, you could. But yeah, you could do that.
So we look for a manor filled with the spoils.
I'm gonna fast forward to the start a bit. Also, the X fashion is very cool. 3 different colors. Stop lowering my quality, for fuck's sake. So, dual axes against hordes and squishies. One-handed axe for armor and maulers, if you can. And you can use it if you want extra control, because the lights, one-handed axe lights have very good stagger. So if you're finding like mass SV or something, you can just light into them and then a bunch of them will be staggered. It's kind of positioning heavy, Slayer, since you have no rage weapon, but it's not as bad as Grill Knight. And I'm gonna lower the sound a bit. Because you have your ult for mobility and you can always jump on specials if they're a nuisance. And this is some move tech. The better move tech would be to QQ, the first light on the dual axis, but I'm too lazy for that and I also suck at it. I decided to go in the house because there's often lamp oil. I kind of went the wrong way there. I should have gone across the gate and stayed outside along that wall. Now I run into a bunch of more ambience, which means my DPS uptime on especially the Chaos Warriors is very good. I got kind of squeezed and then I need to use my ult to bail out and heal up. So yeah, I'm just kind of running around like a headless chicken right now and it's not very good. And I also, yeah, there was an assassin up and I just had no idea where he was and I just got lucky. I evade him and I got lucky I kill him before I got dragged into the storm. And I also managed to stagger the leech before I get dragged into the storm. Oh god, the start of this run is a shit show. bullied by Chaos Warrior, and lucky that I don't get grabbed by a leech. And then I got a Mauler wave, so it's all a bit risky. I'm mostly sticking to dual axes because I'm more comfortable with it under pressure. There's a Packmaster up and I'm trying to spot him. And then I can just use my ult to stagger him and everything around him and get an easy kill. There's a leech up, and I think there's a leech up. Or Russell Lightstorm. Yeah, there's a leech up, and I just jumped the leech. I mean, it's kind of a Slayer mentality, no? It just automatically turns into a bit of a shit show. Here, I swear it's possible to... Like, Slayer has a thing where he can be staggered out of his heavies. And I'm pretty sure if you line it up correctly, you can approach warp fires that way. But I think I fuck it up and I have to rely on my ult to do it. So one-handed axe is only best DPS if you hit headshots, I think, because in the balance beta it got the profile of the two-handed hammer light, and those ignore super armor on headshot. Oh, and against shielded marauders you can do light into push step with dual axes to open them. Going to the back here is always well, actually I don't know if you should go back here. It's a bit of a shitty area now that I think about it. I also hear the hook rat, but he's like way further away than I think he is. But yeah, luckily I can spot him afterwards. But like, hook rat sounds have been a bit scuffed lately, where the distance is super hard to judge. You can kind of judge direction, but distance is weird. So yeah, I just end up looking like an idiot with my bomb out. Well, and then I clean up and I get another Mauler horde, which is a bit unfortunate and unlucky. This is kind of a decent kite though, but yeah, usually need something to get through. There's like no correct answer where to go, because what I find is that if you go back the other way, then your base is super shit. So usually I end up defaulting to going here, since at least you can get out, but it's a bit risky because you can run into ambience. But it's early enough in the map that that risk is worth it, and here I got 3 Mauler waves in a row. That's very cool. But yeah, Slayer skill speed is pretty good, so it's fine. So my strat for the Empire is usually to fight first horde, then push to this thing, fight second horde here, and then push through tunnel in one go. Because I really don't like the other areas. And I also really don't like this area, but it's kind of a compromise that doesn't destroy pace. Just checking for items. I didn't get anything very sad.
Strangler needs to die, Dory.
Being a bit of a dick. That was risky. My ult took way longer to land than I would have liked. I feel like he could have grabbed me there if I was a little later. And here I use one-handed axe because control is decent. But I did a few unnecessary hits. But, yeah. This is also a decent spot to hold. I think I'm gonna hold there. Maybe. No, I'm just holding in the back here. And I got a monk wave. My waves have been very rough. I think that's a monk wave. Or is that ambience? No, actually, that looked like ambience. Never mind. I said nothing. So yeah, a bit low on health, a bit low on supplies, a bit low in general. But once you get rid of the elites, then you can get some temp HP against these hordes. There's a Packmaster up though, and then Assassin as well. I would have liked to have an ult for the pack, but nah. So I have to rely to that. I could have played it a little bit safer by blocking more while the pack was approaching, but I decided to risk it. Another thing is I like to stay in one spot when I'm fighting hordes, because I feel like it makes specials more reliable from the directions from which they approach. So like in this spot I know specials can come from a few sides and I can watch those sides. But if I would be constantly moving, specials could be coming from every side, as I am moving right now, but I got kind of forced into it. But yeah, generally I prefer to stay in one spot. And here I'm also overwhelmed, so I'm using the storm for a bit to kill SV, or at least give me some space and time. I think I'm gonna make for drop here. Yeah, I'm making for drop, which is always pretty good, because at drop you could get easy kills on enemies. Also pick up a heal, which is nice. But yeah, everything has to drop. There's sometimes a fire barrel even, so this is a pretty good cleanup spot. Should have probably drank purple. This is enough enemies to warrant using it. But I decide that I have an oath to fulfill. I'll just not use it. There's a gunner behind. Like, no point in chasing him down, he'll come to me. So I'm also not too afraid to run into ambience on Slayer, since his skill speed is good, and even if you're under pressure, you always have your ult every few seconds to get some control back and start DPSing again. Also, this is a very good example of how not to deal with SVs. I keep fucking it up. Oh my god. This double push, very good. No, you're doing it wrong. Come on, buddy, you can do it. No, that's not a shielded SV. You don't double push those. Fuck it, just slides. Okay. It works.
Keep the strangler back and kill. Someone kill that fucking strangler.
So yeah, just going through ambience as they come, trying to maintain good pace. And yeah, I want to bring a barrel here for the event. One is enough. You can bring more to make it safer, but one is enough. Oh yeah, just baiting warp fire with line of sight, and this one as well. And then I got a horde, but I think I'm gonna push. Am I gonna push? Yeah, I am. The next area is pretty good to fight in because there's a lot of drops and shit. And yeah, I don't want to stay in that house, and I really don't want to fall back since it's a big waste of time. So I'd rather deal with the horde with ambience. So yeah, I heard a hook rat, so I'm just using that to create space so I can deal with him. Yeah, just I was using ult to stagger trash so I can focus the elites. Because yeah, I always try to, like generally as a rule, doesn't apply for all builds, but I would say it's pretty universal, is to always focus out the elites out of hordes. Like try to make a concerted effort to do that in all modes, not just in true solos. But because once you get rid of elites, hordes become fairly trivial. There's been a light up for like 50 minutes already. That's a good way to deal with shield hordes, to just jump in there. And they all got thrown to the floor. So I hear another Packmaster. I got a ping on him, which makes it much easier to deal with. I ulted a little early there. I should have waited for him to approach a bit more. And here I can use this climb spot by just going over this hedge, and then all the shield marauders have to climb as well, which makes it much quicker to deal with them. Can't really deal with that storm because he's on a part. Once I get over to him, he'll probably teleport away. Here, I just go in. I can't pull against that Slayer, so might as well. So yeah, basically fight down here till I get overwhelmed and go in and wait at the bottom of the stairs, fight for a bit, holding, and then go up the stairs once I get overwhelmed. And here I go to the second window so I can take a barrel with me already. This guy climbed up at a pretty unfortunate time, but I still managed to get the barrel out. And there's a leech up, I think. So I'm gonna save my next ult for that one. So I can jump on him. No wait, there's no leech up, it's just the Blightstormer. I made the same mistake twice. I should probably already start moving towards second barrel. Because I don't have enough control to like stay on top of the card. Kind of been fucking up my throws as well. Really fucking up my throws. Oh, also I don't get the logic behind getting hit while healing. Sometimes it just skips the animation and puts you on 75 health, as if your health get reduced to 0 and then you drank, still got your potion, so you get kind of safe that way. But other times you just die and you lose your potion as well, and I don't get why it happens. One way or the other. And it's on host for both, so yeah, it's a bit weird. Might have to do something about how far you are into the animation or something. There, I decided to leave one Blight alive for a bit, so I have more space. And maybe I can kill a couple. Or maybe he kills a couple for me. Yeah, then I can just go up these crates and loop around. But then this gunner is ruining my day. And I also forget how to jump. Get a sneaky kill on him. So in the end I just resort to using my ult to get past. So yeah, trying to focus the Maulers again because they're the most dangerous. A regular Marauder Horde is not a threat, but one Mauler can ruin your day. That was so close to run in there. I meet up with a gunner at a good time. And then it's just getting the card to the end, and I have one barrel waiting there. What a throw. So yeah, again, trying to get rid of the maulers first, but they're kind of hiding deep inside the horde. A bit unfortunate, light makes it impossible for me to push a card at the moment, so I have to clear another wave. Like, I have no tools, and that storm got bigger than I thought it would get. I have no tools to do the thing, because if I use Slayer ult, I let go of the card. So I have to find a moment where everything is clear before I can do that. I ulted the wrong way there. That's not where I wanted to go. Or like, not where I should have gone. That's such a dumb jump. So here I kind of decide to just run. Because, why fight? No wait, I don't decide it yet. I thought I could clear still here. I should have just run. There's no point. I have a purple and I can just get out of there. So now I hear an assassin spawn and now I'm trying to get out. The timing is a bit off and then the assassin kills himself. It would have been very unlucky if I got pounced there. I don't think. Like after I just dropped there, I don't think he really had an angle to get me. So yeah, now I can just leave. And this is just a bunch of running. Sick jump. And then some circle farming at the end, of course.